What's going on, people? You already know what it is. This your boy Tune. It's YBE TV. Today gonna be a fun one. I definitely wanted to talk about this, how to negotiate a load. I definitely wanted to get into this. We're gonna get into the video about authority. Make sure you tune in, make sure you hit that bell, subscribe. But before we get into that, we definitely gotta show you what we do here at YBE TV right here.
YBE TV is a one-stop shop for all your business needs. We specialize in helping people learn to start a business correctly. Or we can start the business for you. We can help you get your logo, business address, 800 number, DUNS number, website, get your business listed, and get tons of credit without using your social. We can show you how to market and promote your business and help you to understand and improve your personal credit. And the course is even kid-friendly. We offer mentorship packages and can do your company shirts, hoodies, and vests. Check us out on our website, www.ybetv.org/shop, and change your business today.
All right, we back. People, we're about to talk about negotiating a load. Now, this is going to be fun. All right, for the people out there that don't know about negotiating a load, the thing is when you got your own authority, you go through a load board. What a load board is you put in your location where you at, and you see like in a radius of what's around you, like what type of loads can you pick up, what loads are available to you in that area. And sometimes you can negotiate loads with companies that, you can negotiate a load like what you're going to run this for. How much would it take for you to run this load? Now, one of the things about this is when you go into companies like CR England, Snyder, Swift, let's negotiate. You're not really going to negotiate no load, not that I know of. I haven't heard of any programs. I could be wrong with these companies, but for the most part, they lock you in at a per mile rate, 90 cents, $1 plus a fuel surcharge. They're robbing you blind. They are robbing you blind. I'm telling you, they're robbing you blind. They're in this business to make money, and the majority of them are taking all the meat off the bone. Now, when you get to the big dogs, when you get that authority, you start going on these load boards. Like one of the load boards I'm fond of because the way it's set up is 1, 2, 3 load board. Definitely fond of that. It is a great load board, 1, 2, 3 load board, and it's one of the cheapest ones. Sometimes they have the best freight, sometimes they don't have all the best freight, so you kind of dibble and dabble. Like DAT load board and 1, 2, 3 load board together, oh, that's a sandwich, man. You got both pieces of bread and you got everything in between. You can make a great living off having those two load boards. Now, the first tool about negotiating. When you got your load board, you definitely want to get the paid version, of course, right? But sometimes it's better to go above basic. Like I think, if I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3 load board is about $49, $50 a month, and you could get the top one. What does the top one have? The top one is going to tell you what that lane has been paying either for 7 days or 30 days. Like it's either or with, I think it's a 14-day on 1, 2, 3 load board. Something I should have looked up before doing this video, huh? I know, but it's gonna tell you the lane, right? It's gonna say from Chicago going over to Texas. This lane has been pretty much averaging about $2,500 for the run, okay? So you say, okay, it's been averaging $2,500. Then you might see that same load when you go over to DAT, and DAT say that the load has been averaging $1,900. So you say, hey, I'm about to call them. I seen this load twice. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it don't. But you go with whichever one is the highest, right? Because you want the most money for the load, right? So you call them. Hello. Now, one thing about negotiating is your DOT score. Everything that they can use to give you a lower rate, they will use that. If you've ran loads with them before and you've been late, they will use that against you. Hey, like, you've been late a few times, man, so, we trying to give you about 1,700 to run that run. So now, you got to get back in their good graces to the point where you're being trusted. But the reason I tell you that is to tell you this. Well, if you got a clean DOT score, what if you've been running loads for them and you've been on time? And you have that time, like, if you've been running your authority for 3 months and they need that 1 month, cool. They need 2 months, they need 3 months, you hit the 3-month mark, cool, you qualify. So you want to use everything that you can to get that higher rate. So let's act like I'm on the phone with a broker. Hello, yeah, what's going on, man? Yeah, I see you got a load going down from St. Patrick, Illinois, going over to Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. All right, so what is it paying? $1,700. Bro, like, I'm seeing right here that this load paid. So as soon as they say that, I'm looking at 123 load board, and it says for this load, $1,500 is is the highest, right? Even though I seen that 1,700 is more what this land paid, they're already saying 1,700, 1,500 is more. They're already saying 1,700. So you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I see, man. It said it was paying like 2,200. Then they might say, well, we ain't got 2,200 in it. The most we got in it is 1,900. Like 1,900, man. Look, I'll do it for you, but you gotta meet me in the middle. Do about $2,000. Like $2,000, I'll be losing money, but we need to get this covered. All right, I'll send it over. What's your DOT number? What's your MC? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, it looks like you've already been set up. To be set up is to basically fill out the paperwork, send them the insurance, send them your the little letter from DOT that they send you when you get your authority. You send them all those things in, and when you do that, what's going to happen is they're going to say, oh, okay, yeah, it look like you set up. If you've already done a package with them, you set up, and then they're going to send over the rate confirmation. You sign it, send it back. A lot of them electronic sign, some of them not. Now, that's a cool thing, right? It puts you in a great position where you could continuously make money, right? You're going out and you're learning the art to negotiating. And then if you start running in a certain area, you learn your routes, you're going to be running across a lot of the same brokers, which means you're going to build some relationships with them. They're going to start calling you, hey, John, Josh, Toon, hey, got a load going from San Antonio, Texas, going up to Illinois. You've ran this load before a bunch of times, so what do we need to give you? What you offering? Now you got an idea. The most you've gotten for this load was $3,200. So what you think I'm gonna say? Man, I need about $3,400, man, to run that. Well, I don't have that much. And look, you called me. Now you look, Sheila, I've talked to you before. Now look, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know the one thing I don't do. Well, there's two things I don't do. And one of them is I hate sauerkraut. I don't eat sauerkraut. I swear to God, I hate sauerkraut. It's tangy. I don't do that. That's the first thing. Second thing is, I don't be late. I'm gonna be on time and I'm gonna communicate. So, like you could go with them other guys. They gonna have you in the band. You gonna be calling them sweating, or man, pay me to do what I do. You know what I'm gonna do? I do magic. Come on now. Do you want to pay for magic, or do you want to pay for? Well, okay. Look, the most I can do, I can't do 27. Or I forgot the number that I just used. It slipped my mind that fast. But I can't do the $3,000. The best I could do is 28. I'm like, all right, how about this? Meet me in the middle and do 29. They gonna do, I'm telling you, brokers will take $5 off. Like, they will go back and forth with you for every little dime because they know it adds up. So they be like, okay, remember we was in 29 or 3,000. So they be like, all right, man, like give me 3,000. They be like 29, 29.25. You be like 29.75. Then they be like, how about $29.50? You be like, $29.65. They be like, well, $25.60. Y'all could go back and forth to lock in that number, or if you don't feel like arguing about the dollars here and now, they will. They will. I swear to God, I've had brokers where I be like, give me $2,000 to run this load. They be like, and we to the end of the negotiation, they be like, $1,999. Like, what? Like, you know what? Just send it over. Just send it over. So you got to understand what you're dealing with. You're dealing with people that understands that if the more they save, the more they put back in their pockets. You see what I'm saying? So you just got to understand that. And you don't be cheap. Invest into a decent load board that's going to tell you how much that lane pays so you could at least have a starting point. Because when I first started off, I wasn't using that, right? And I didn't use that tool to negotiate. And they would give me what they give me. They would offer me $700-800 to run a lane. And I looked and I'm like, that lane paid $1,100. So I'm like, you know what? Let me use that as a negotiation tool. Call the next place. And the lane said they paid $1,200. I'm like, hey, what you offering for that? Now, sometimes if you lead with that, like, hey, I need $1,200, you never lead with that number. Always ask. Always ask first. See what they're offering first. Okay? See what they're offering, because it's been time when they say that lane is paying $1,200. But I didn't know this company was in a bind. One of their drivers truck just broke down. And they need that load covered ASAP. They got it pushed back a little bit. They nervous. They don't want to lose the customer or whatever the case may be. So they already like, look, we'll just take a hit. We got to get this covered. And I've called in and it say $1,200 on the lane. And I'm like, what you offering? They be like, $2,200. Soon as they say that, I'm like, soon as they say whatever they say, ask for more. 22. Like, oh man, I gotta do a nice little deadhead. I almost gonna beg y'all for $2,500. $2,500, yeah. Okay, do 24 and I'll send it over. Okay, $24.50. I'll meet you in the middle. $24.50, and you can send it over. Okay, $24.50. Okay, send it over. Let me hurry up and sign this rate confirmation. But it said 12. You never know what affects a lane of freight. It could be the weirdest thing that will make a rate skyrocket, and then the next day you just partying for the whole week, making all this money, and then guess what? That same lane that you were just getting $1,500 for, the highest you're gonna get is $900. And you call it in all of the area and everything low. Like, what? $600? No. You call the next place, hello? $700. Okay, well, I go east then. I go a little bit further east. How much? $900. And I got, what? And then one of the brokers just tell, hey, look, race band, we got a lot of trucks out here in these lanes, man, that's covering it. So it's pretty competitive. We not getting that much on them. Oh, for real? Yeah. So it just puts you in a position to stay. Just keep in mind, people, that when you're negotiating, you gotta, build a routine. You gotta build a way to talk. Now I'm just so loose, and I'm gonna keep this above. I'm so loose, man. Look, this is one of my key techniques I be saying. When they call me, automatically I feel like I'm at an advantage. They calling me. I didn't call you looking. You called me. So yeah, all right. Yeah, what's going on, Sheila? Yeah, look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. My girlfriend got the day off. And I'm looking at her feet right now. Swear to God, my wife got some pretty feet. And I'm about to, we about to just, Do stuff to them. So if you want me to get out this bed, you got to get me out the bed, Sheila. Now, I just had a woman, I swear to God, she just called me. And I was actually not going to work this day. Me and my old lady was going to kick it. We was going to actually hang out. And she was like, I need some help, this. So I was kind of like, all right, I'll see what I can do. I'm going to talk to the wife. And then if it changed, I get back. She called me an hour later. Man, I was like, look, I'm going to be real with you. If you want me to get up out my bed with my wife, you got to make it work for my wife. She said, what's your wow? And it was a very short run. I was like, $1,700. She was like, no problem, sir. I'm sending it over right now. I'm in the battle. Only thing I could think is, dang, I should have said 19. But at the end of the day, I got out the bed and I went and ran that load. Like, I didn't care. Like, $1,700 for that little bit, I'm gone. So that's the point, man. When you negotiate and use everything you can. And look, don't be mad if you negotiate bad in the beginning. Hey, it happens. You're going to get better. I promise you, you're going to get better. But, it's all about learning, living, and moving forward. This your boy Toon. Teach you how to negotiate your rates. If you don't want to end up in a box, think outside of it. YBE. Make sure you check out the clothing line. YBE.